Hey guys, 29th December 2025 was a day that changed my life forever. Hey, what's up, man? My name is Chris, and this is my channel, Starting Over Daily, my first YouTube channel. And the purpose of this channel is to kind of just document my life after having a heart attack. It all started off, you know, early in the morning one night. I kind of felt some chest pain in, my chest, and it kind of woke me up from my sleep and came outside to the living room, kind of just, did some stretches or whatever, and just to see if that pain would subside. And, eventually it did. And I don't know what anxiety or depression feels like or what those feelings may consist of, but, I do know a couple of, people, friends, family that are actually diagnosed with anxiety and depression. And I can't even imagine what someone like you or me or anybody would go through, experiencing that kind of stuff in their life. But I'm a brother of four boys. And when you have that pain or whatever, you just kind of just brush it off. And you want to be strong, you want to be that tough guy, you want to be strong for everybody around you, and you don't want to show any signs of weakness because it just I guess that's my upbringing. Maybe it could be your upbringing or whatever, but it's like you were forced to hide those emotions. But yeah, so when I had that feeling in my chest, it kind of just faded away, and I didn't think anything of it. And then I went to work. I started work on a Sunday, so I went to work on a Sunday, and day was fine, everything was good. And then I came home that day, had a family dinner, normal routine. Sat down, ate dinner with the family, and then went off to bed. Right. So now it's Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, rolling into Monday. So it was early Monday morning. I I woke up like dead out of my sleep. I mean, it woke me up. Uh, it was hurting a lot more intense than the first time. So I got up, I sat on the edge of the bed, my feet hit the ground, and I was just feeling a little bit more severe pain in my chest at that time. So I got up again. I said, let me just go to the living room and let's try to stretch it out one more time. Maybe it'll go away. The pain slowly subsided this time, and I was feeling good. I did some stretches. Just kind of take some deep breaths. I was just as any normal person. Google your symptoms. Oh, why am I feeling like this? Why does my chest hurt? So I took the Google advice, right? Of course, and just told me to concentrate on your breathing. You keep yourself grounded. But I think it was more tailored to like anxiety or panic attacks. But it helped a little bit the breathing process. But anyway, so I I had a glass of water, went back to sleep, didn't think anything of it. So now Monday morning, now I wake up, get ready for work. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling pretty energetic, although I woke up earlier that morning. So imagine now, get in my car, driving to work. I got some good tunes on, and I'm ready to start the Monday morning at work. So imagine you walk into your office, you look at the clock. So it's almost 8 o'clock, and it wasn't even a minute that I had sat down in my office chair at my desk to even open up my laptop, and it just boom, it just hit me so hard. My chest just tightened up so tight. I can't even explain the feeling, but some people say the heart attack is like an elephant sitting on your chest. I guess it could be comparable, but what was going through my mind at the time was somebody like reached into my chest and like just held my heart and stopped it from beating. and it was so terrifying, and I thought I was gonna die. Um, so I took some deep breaths again, and it wasn't helping like before. And I noticed the pain started to radiate now down my shoulder, down towards my arm. And at that moment, I heard my mom's voice just pop into my head. She said, "Son, if you ever feel something like that, it's a sign of a heart attack." So I was having a heart attack. Um, so that morning in my office, it was just me and another coworker. And so I told him, I said, "Hey man, I gotta go to the clinic or something. I gotta go to the doctor." And luckily for me, the doctor's clinic is literally just right down the road, less than a 2 minute walk, or maybe less than a 1 minute walk. So I walked over there, and still feeling that pain while I was walking. As I walked in, they immediately just saw my face, everything, and they already knew immediately something was wrong. I gasped as I sat down to sit on the lobby chair in the reception area, and the doctor came out and he said, "Hey, what's going on? Is everything okay?" I said, "Hey, doc, I don't know. I never felt this pain before, but it hurts so bad that I don't know what's going on, and my chest really hurts, and now my left arm is kind of going numb." So, immediately took me to the back, started taking my vitals. BP was through the roof. Um, and so he was just going through the motion of asking me, I guess it's a questionnaire or whatever. And I just told him, I said, "I don't know if it's anxiety. I don't know what anxiety feels like. I don't know if it's a heart attack, but I'm just in so much pain right now." So he says, "All right, since this is your first time ever feeling like this, I'm gonna go ahead and call the ambulance." So they called the ambulance. They got me in the back of the car, and at that moment, I came to a realization that that morning that I left for work just flashed before my eyes, because I I don't I didn't see my kids, before I left the house. I mean, I did see them, but they weren't awake, as it was still early morning. I was able to, say goodbye to my wife. "Hey, I'm going to work. Have a great day. I love you." But my kids were just sound asleep peacefully in their beds. And I was just thinking to myself, I said, "Is this gonna be my last day here on earth? Am I gonna die on the way to the hospital?" And it was a big impact at that moment, that kind of just, like when you're in watching a movie or something, and it's all these flashes just go through your head, and it just brings you back to like day one or something like that. I mean, maybe that's too drastic, but it felt like that. Like my life was just summed up in 30 seconds, from the day I was born to that specific moment. But the last moment that was in my head was just my family. And I wasn't ready to leave. I wasn't ready to leave the earth. I wasn't ready. I said, "This can't be it." I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. My faith is in God. And I'm just so thankful that I'm here today. Um, just being surrounded by people that love me, and people that I love. And the main takeaway for me was kind of just broadening my perspective in just life in general, and just being more engaged in the moment, and enjoying the little things in life, especially prior to my heart attack. I was just living life. I thought I was living a good life, making good choices. Not all of them were necessarily bad, but I just felt like I can do more, and I have been given another chance at life. And so it made me really think hard about how I'm going to live my life moving forward. So I just, had to make up some changes, had to gather more information. So post after all of that, I do have a stent in my heart. Uh, Luckily, that helped save my life. So I have to now change my diet. I'm diagnosed with high blood pressure. I was type 2 diabetes. Yeah, and that's all that stuff I did not know prior to me having a heart attack. But so moving forward, I'm just gonna start trying to eat more healthy. I'm just trying to last as long as I can on the face of this earth, just to be with the ones that I love, because I'm not ready to go yet. And well, anyway, enough of that. But that's my story. Um, the reason why I'm posting this here is because I want to start a YouTube journey just to document the course of my life and how I'm gonna make changes to better benefit my health, my overall health, and then also just the enjoyment of the little things in life. With just waking up and being grateful is more than enough for me. Um, and try to include exercise to keep my heart rate going and to keep my heart strong. And yeah, well, this is Chris from Starting Over Daily, and thanks for tuning in. And y'all have an awesome day. Peace.